If you followed on from an earlier video about setting up a 5k training plan, and you've decided to take the option of one from online or something like from the ADAS app that you have to program into your phone and then sync to your watch, this is how you actually create a workout. Obviously you can create any type of workout you want. You don't have to be following a plan in order to do this, but this basically just shows you how you go about it. So from Garmin Connect app, you go to More, then you go to Training and Plans, then Workouts. Now here's some workouts I've done before, for instance, that I've created, and you can delete them or keep them. You can actually create one from a previous one you've done. So for instance here, I'll click on this one. This is one I set up that currently doing 10 times 2 minutes at a certain pace because I'm working towards trying to beat my current 5k PB. So this is something I would add into my training. So here you can see there's a warm-up for 10 times the 2 minutes. That's a repeated part of it with a 1 minute recovery, and then it finishes with a cool down. So how do you go about that? So here, once you go back one step, it says you can find a workout. There's, I think it links online as well, so you can get some from Garmin directly, but create a workout. So click on there. Then I want to do it as a run. And then it starts off with some part already done for you. So you just need to set those for what you want them for. So all workouts should have a warm-up, and it's like it says there, the warm-up type, duration. So lap button press, that means that you don't have a set time, so that you let it go in, and when you press your lap button on your watch, it automatically go into the next activity. But you can, if you look down there, you can choose distance, time, heart rate. I've always overdone just time and distance. I never tried calories or heart rate at all, but the option's there. You can actually set a target pace there as well, but for a warm-up, that really doesn't seem necessary. So I don't really have to change anything in the warm-up because I'm happy with a lap press. But like I said, you can set time or distance. Then when I go to the run, I click on run. Then again, you can add notes as well as you go, distance. Now, if I'm doing a 5k plan, it's probably going to tell me I need to run, say, a couple of kilometers as such. It will tell you exactly on your plan that you get from the internet, or as I said, like any paper copy or from an app. It will already tell you what you need to program in. So here it's got duration, 1 kilometer, set target. Now there, I will go with pace, and obviously I'm trying to get 5:59, like if I'm trying to break 30-minute barrier. But obviously at this time, you go by what your plan's telling you. So that may be a lot slower than what you in your overall goal pace is. So don't worry about that. Just follow your plan. That's good advice. So you will put that in there. As you just choose so you can do it from what I tend to do anyway, from between one pace and another, a different target. So that could be like 30 seconds between, like in this case, 5:30 to 6. So that's, but your plan will tell you exactly what you put in. So I'll set OK. So pace, there's the target I'm going for. In this case, it's being for 1 kilometer. So now if I go back, now if you want to actually put that into a repeat, you will see add repeat. Now when you click that, it will just put it in a certain section, so you don't have to accept that. You can just delete that and then concentrate on this bit. So the one where I did 10 times 2 minutes, that will be here. I change that to 10 times, or how many you want to do. Press save. Then my run, it's 1 kilometer at the moment, target. So here I'm going for pace, and I will leave it like that at the moment, but you just slide these up and down. They just go up and down to whatever you want. That seems reasonable. Like you said, you set it for your training plan. And realistically, that's about it. You can set duration rather than, you can set different, like things I said in the past. It could be just on your heart rate or something like that. But you're going to go by your plan if you're doing the 5k plan. So I don't need that. So I can just cross off that, delete that bit. So now I've got the warm-up as before. I've got my run, and I haven't set the recovery. Now, what I did before, I set it for a 1 minute recovery. So at the moment it's on 3 minutes. Just take it down to 1 minute. But again, you set it what your plan is. And because it's a recovery, I don't tend to choose a target for a pace or anything like that. Then your cool down, and again this one says lat press. Again, you might know where you want to run to. You might have a certain amount of times. For instance, you're going to a track, you're going to do X amount around the track, and you know the distance back, so you can set your cool down in relation to that. But it makes it so much easier, the fact that once you get back, when you're ready to finish, you just press the lat button, and then that will finish off your actual run. Then if you can add more repeats in, or any more steps, can add steps, so before the cool down, and you can move these up and down. So if I add in a step, it's put the run before the cool down, so I can have like a bit of a more of a long after this been a quick sort of 1k 10 times, I could put another run and add that, say, for another couple of kilometers, or even a set time, for instance, so 2 kilometers. Okay, then back. Once you've done that, you would name it anything that comes into the next bit. So you just go save and come up saying give it a name. So it's best to give it a name, something that you can relate to. So even if you're following a plan and it's a particular week or session, you could do week 1, session 1, like so W1, S1 if you want it to shorten. But obviously the whole point is so you can see it in your phone. Then once you've done that, I didn't say with a name, silly, right? But anyway, so here you can now click on it. You can actually duplicate it. As I said, you can actually amend it. So once you've done this, you might change it. So that was a bit too hard. Drop it down to 8 times. But obviously, if you're following a plan, you're going to do it by that. But the key thing is here, you can add it to the calendar. So add to calendar. You choose the day you want to put it on. So for instance, I'm going to do it to say tomorrow, and I press OK. And then when I go back to my calendar, it says that your schedule, your workout's been scheduled. And then once I sync my watch to it, you can add it direct to your watch, so it appear there and then, so you don't have to set on a particular day. If I set it for today, it would have turned up directly on my phone once it's on my watch once it's synced. Back to the home page, you'll see if I scroll down there, if I go to my calendar, sorry, because I set it for tomorrow, and there is it there ready for me to do tomorrow. And then when you click on that, you can see the actual run that I just set up. Now if you don't want to, you made a mistake, it's not a problem, just go there, either edit, rename, or remove from calendar. At the moment it will still be already saved on your phone, so I can remove it from my calendar so it disappears. But I can actually go back to more, go to the training plans, go to workouts, and you see it's this, the one I didn't actually name, and I can actually delete that as well. So duplicate, delete it, add to calendar. If I make a mistake, I want to do it a different day. And then in this case, I don't really want this at the moment. It's just a test. So delete workout. It will make sure you're okay about deleting it, and press delete. Like I said, there are previous ones I can do, so you don't have to do it from scratch every time. Once you've set one up, you can amend it and duplicate it, amend it, give it a different name, and that becomes another workout. So hopefully if you've picked up a training plan offline rather than directly from Garmin, then that's one way to actually create a workout. And they're so good, even if you're not even like following a plan, you've got some information from online, you think you want to trial out an activity, you can set it like that as a workout in Garmin Connect, sync it to your phone directly, as I showed you with the icon button of the phone, or sorry, the watch, or you can schedule it for a day. You can multiply different days and put it across a week. It's all up to you. But the key thing is, once it's on your watch, then once you're out, it will tell you, it will bleep countdown 5 seconds to when the next activity starts, apart from the lat press. When the lat press, like for the warm up and cool down, you physically have to press the lat button. Okay, so hopefully that's give you some idea of how you'll go about creating a workout on the Garmin Connect. And it is, to be fair, I think since I started running, there's been 2 things I felt that's helped me so much. Buying my Garmin was a brilliant decision. I've had mine for over 5 years now, so it's well worth the money. Longevity's lasted a long time, and it's still going strong. And also, my first hydration vest, I bought a hydration vest, and it wasn't very comfortable, that sort of thing. Decided to buy a different one with water bottles in rather than like soft ones, and that was a brilliant decision I made. So you live and learn. Maybe in a later video we'll go through that type of thing, like accessories that might help you along the way later on. But I cannot praise my Garmin watch like any more than I do. It literally is one of the best things I've ever purchased from being a runner. Okay, so we'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget, thumbs up if you like this content, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.